14 more items that I'm not going to be purchasing in 2025 to save me some money. Hi everyone, my name is Mariana. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. So just before Christmas, I posted a video of items that I'm no longer going to be buying in 2025 to help save me money. Now, if you visited this channel before, you'd know that I've been going through my home and decluttering. And while I was doing that, I stumbled across a few more things that I won't be buying in 2025 to help me save money. You would also know, if you've been here before, one of my long-term goals, or not so long-term, within the next 3.5 years, I would like to pay off my mortgage. I want my mortgage paid by the time I'm 50. So I have to really hone in on what I'm spending and where I can cut costs to help me achieve my goal. So I've got my little list here, which I will go through. Now, if you purchase any of these items, that's cool. You do you, but these are the things that I'm going to be eliminating so I can save some money this year. So the first item on my list is candles. Now, if you have been to this channel before, you know I love candles. I will always be sucked in by a nice candle. I love the ambience that it creates in the home. I love my home to smell like an expensive hotel, all those good things. But the fact of the matter is, as I was going through the decluttering process, I realized actually how many candles I actually already own, some of which are still in boxes that I haven't even lit yet. So for 2025, I'm no longer going to be buying candles. And if you're a candle fan, you would know they are not cheap unless you're buying from somewhere like Kmart, where they're about $7 or $8. They do start at about, for a really nice candle, for about $20 up to a couple of $100 if you're looking at a more luxury candle. So I'm not going to be buying any more this year unless I completely deplete the stock of candles that I already have. The next couple of items are beauty related. So the first thing that I won't be purchasing in 2025 are lipsticks. I own so many lipsticks, it's ridiculous. Always on the hunt for the perfect color. I have never found the perfect color, and that has not stopped me from trying to find one. However, I do have favorites that I do use on a daily basis, and I will continue to use those. And if I use them all up and really want to replace it, then I will. But I would prefer to actually work through the items that I've already got. That way I can finish them and then they're done before I purchase any new ones. The third thing on my list is makeup brushes. I have so many and I use only a couple. So I'm not going to be purchasing any new ones for this year. And I understand, I think especially if you're a little bit older, we're always looking for that perfect brush that's going to give our complexion a smooth and even look. There's all these viral brushes, that people are racing out to get because it gives you that airbrush finish. But the fact of the matter is, I do have enough brushes. I don't have an issue with getting older, but I do want my skin to look nice. So I do have my trusty ones that I use, and I tend to look after them really well so they last me a long time. So I don't actually need to purchase anything unless the bristles all fall out and disappear. I'm not going to be replacing any makeup brushes this year. That brings me to my next item, which is expensive makeup brush cleaners. You don't actually need them. I know that there are so many out there that people swear by, but I actually just use a kitty shampoo or a really nice quality shampoo from the chemist. Found that the Sukin Deep Cleanse shampoo works really, really well on my brushes, and I've just got one of those little pads that you use and you brush up against the brush and it just cleans out all the bristles. I dry them and they're as good as new. I don't actually need to spend $30 on a brush cleaner that's only like 250 mils when I can purchase a 1 litre bottle of Sukin from the chemist on sale at 50% and pick it up for $8 or $9, and it does exactly the same job. You can also use things like velvet soap, are very good for cleaning makeup brushes, provided that you get all the suds and everything out and rinse them out really well. If you look after your brushes, they are going to last you a long time. Another beauty item that I won't be purchasing this year are single-use face wipes. I think they are a waste of money and they are also not great for the environment. So I invested in a couple of the Face Halo face cleanser pads that I can reuse again and again. I throw them in the washing machine with my towels, a little bit of antibacterial wash, and that just keeps them like new and they last a really, really long time. So I am spending a little bit more upfront, but in the long run, it actually pays off to use the reusable ones, also better for our environment. Another item on my list is books. Now, I have nothing against books. You should read books. The more books you read, the more you'll learn. I'm a huge fan of books. However, they are expensive. Sometimes they're items that you'll only, or books that you'll only read once, and then you're either donating them, giving them away, whatever that may be. So I'm lucky enough to have a big library in the middle of the city where I work. So I have joined up and got myself a little library card, and I will borrow books from there as opposed to buying. There's also a lot of book swap places around, so you can take some old books in and swap them for something else. Now, I will caveat this by saying if there is a book that I really, really want to read and am unable to find in a library, then I will probably purchase it. But I will limit that to self-development books only, or personal development books. And generally with personal development books, I do read them more than once anyway. I like to highlight things. I like to write notes. So I don't have an issue with that, but I'm going to limit the amount of books that I'm buying because I am buying so many. I have still got a shelf full of books that I haven't read yet. So I need to read through those, and they will take me probably until the end of the year anyway. So I may not even utilize that library card. The next item on my list is music streaming apps. I love music. Most people love music, but I find that I'm either listening to Audible or listening to something on YouTube. I can stream music through YouTube as well. So I actually don't need a separate music streaming app, and that will save me about $14 a month. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but when you have like all these different streaming services, then it does end up adding up. It's always the little things that sort of cause the leakages. That also applies to streaming services like Netflix, Disney, or Paramount Plus, etc. I generally will only have one streaming service at a time. If there's something that I want to watch, I will rejoin and I will cancel another one. The only other one that I continue to keep is Amazon because it's less than $60 a year, and there are things on there that I enjoy watching. There are also a lot of free streaming apps like SBS On Demand or ABC On Demand, all those sorts of things, and I can always find something to watch if there is, I really want to watch something. But generally I'm doing other things anyway and don't have a huge amount of time for TV. Indoor plants. I will not be purchasing any more indoor plants. Firstly, because the majority of the time I manage to kill them. I do have a couple that are doing really well, particularly in this room because they get so much filtered light. But through the rest of the house, it's a little bit darker. So I won't be purchasing any indoor plants this year because it also makes me very sad when I kill them. I also won't be purchasing any more organizational items, like those plastic bins, plastic containers, baskets, you name it. As I've gone through the house and decluttered, I've also removed those because I no longer need them. I don't need to organize stuff that I no longer own, and they are also a waste of money as far as I'm concerned. They also do affect the environment with all that plastic, so I prefer to not have them anymore. As I'm going through and decluttering stuff, like I said, they get removed as well because I no longer need them because I don't have stuff to put in them. Decor items. Now, this one is actually a big one for me because although I'm not an interior designer, I am a design enthusiast. I love to create a beautiful home. I spend a lot of time in my home being an introvert. So I like it to be comfortable and I like it to be mine. But the fact of the matter is I already have too many decor items. However, I am going to caveat this by saying that in June this year, I am going to Paris. And something that's been on my wish list for a really long time is I'd love to make a purchase from Astor de Volley, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is a family-owned Parisian company that's been around for a really long time. And I've always wanted to purchase something from there. So it's been on my wish list for a few years now. And the fact that I don't actually purchase like souvenir little things, and you'll find that a lot of those little souvenirs are quite often made in China. I would prefer to buy one really good quality piece that I'm going to love for a really long time, and it supports the local people and local businesses. So come June, I will buy something from there. Now, going through my house over these past couple of months, the other things that I'm adding to this list are quilt covers or doona covers, because I have one for every season and a spare. That's probably too many, but that's what I have, and that's what I intend to keep using unless something falls apart. And the problem with buying a new doona cover is you're then wanting to buy all the matching accessories or new accessories, and it has that Diderot effect or that roll-on effect where you just keep purchasing to get everything perfect. I have enough of what I need to support the items that I already own. So I won't be buying any more quilt covers or throw blankets or throw pillows or any of those things this year. However, I do need another set of summer sheets, but I'm waiting for them to go onto a really good sale before I purchase. And hopefully that happens soon because mine are getting a little bit thin. Scarves. I love scarves in the wintertime. I think they look so lovely, but I have so many, and I actually decluttered a bunch of them that I weren't wearing. Now, a few years ago, I did invest in a couple of really good quality ones. I actually did splurge out and buy a couple of designer ones. So I've actually owned 2 Gucci ones and a Louis Vuitton. Yeah. But I'm finding that I'm not wearing them enough because I reach for the less expensive ones because I don't want to damage the good ones that I've invested money in or spent money on. They're not an investment. I've spent money on, but that's such a waste. Why leave them sitting in the box? I should be wearing them in winter time. So I'm not going to be buying cheaper scarves this year. I'm going to wear the ones that I already own, that I have spent a lot of money on, because if they're just sitting in the box, they're going to waste. Kitchen items, kitchen gadgets, crockery, cookware. I have enough to get me through the next 10 years. I do not need to purchase any more. Having said that though, I think my kettle is about to die. It's a few years old, so that may need to be replaced, but until it actually gives up the ghost, I am not buying a new one. I don't know if my coffee machine, I have the Nespresso coffee machine, it's a Virtuo. I think it's about 6 or 7 years old now, and I have noticed that it is starting to slow down, so I don't know how much life it's still got in it, but I won't be replacing it until it dies. And I'm not even sure that I'm going to go for an espresso this time around because the pods are so expensive. I'm not 100% convinced about the quality of the coffee in those pods. I know that the machines are quite convenient and easy to use. I've got the little separate milk frother, but I think this time, if and when it dies, I'm going to get a proper coffee machine so I can make barista style coffee at home, which does taste better. I can get a 1 kilogram bag or a 500-gram bag for a quarter of the price of a couple of sleeves of Nespresso, and it'll last me much longer, and the taste of the coffee is much nicer. Tech items. I won't be upgrading my tech in 2025 unless something dies. My laptop is only a couple of years old. I'm a bit concerned about my Apple Watch. I love my Apple Watch. I wear it every single day. It is about 8 or 9 years old though, so I'm not sure how much longer it's going to last. If and when it dies, then I'll consider replacing it, but I'm not rushing out to buy the new watch just because there's a new watch out. My iPad is also about 9 years old, but it still does everything that I need it to do. So I'm not going to be replacing that either because there's a newer one out. The only thing that I would like to purchase this year as far as tech goes, I would like to purchase a nice camera for when I'm traveling and also to make my videos, but it's going to need to function as both. I need to be able to use it while traveling and also to make my videos. I don't want to be going out and buying separate items for each. Now, I do have a separate savings account where I've been saving up to buy a camera, and I was looking at it the other day, and I actually have enough money to buy about 3 cameras because I've been just depositing money in there every payday and then not thinking about it again. But I will do that closer to the time that I travel, and I'm not rushing out to buy anything new. The other thing that I would like to purchase, or I'm considering purchasing, it's been on my wish list for a little while, is a Kindle, because I do intend to travel in 2025 and beyond. I don't want to be carting around a big thick book and then having to get rid of it and purchase a new one. You know, it weighs you down. So I'm considering buying a Kindle. So if you can recommend one that would be, you know, good, let me know, because I do the research and everyone's got different opinions. I don't know what to buy. I'm not a tech girly. I just, you know, I think it's a generational thing. Anyway, that's my list of items, in addition to the ones I mentioned in an earlier video, of things that I won't be purchasing in 2025, because I am trying to save money with the intention of paying my mortgage by the time I'm 50. I really need to keep money in my savings account, as opposed to just letting it fritter away because I'm making stupid decisions. And I would love to hear from you if anything on this list that you won't be purchasing in 2025, or if there's something else that you won't be purchasing that you can let me know. Drop me a comment and I can see if I can add it to my list as well. Any advice you've got for saving money would be greatly appreciated. I hope that something in this video resonated with you or gave you the encouragement to start saving some money. If it did, please drop me a comment and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps to push my videos out to more amazing people like yourselves. And please hit that subscribe button. Anyway, guys, that's it from me for today. Until the next one, I hope you all have a fabulous day. Bye.